Have you ever sat down with a cup of tea in the quiet of the morning, looked out the window and thought to yourself, I wish I had the energy I used to? Maybe your body doesn't bounce back the way it once did. Maybe you've noticed your digestion acting up, or your skin feeling duller, or maybe, and this is something most people over 60 quietly worry about, you've started to wonder, am I doing enough to keep cancer at bay? That quiet fear, even when we don't talk about it, is real. We all know someone, a neighbor, a sibling, maybe even a spouse, who has faced that diagnosis. It's the kind of news that can change everything in a single moment. But here's something you may not hear often enough. There are small natural steps you can take every day that truly help your body fight back. No gimmicks, no trendy superfoods with names you can't pronounce. Just real, whole foods you can find in almost any kitchen. And some of the most powerful cancer-fighting tools. They come in the tiniest packages. Seeds. Yes, seeds. These little wonders have been part of traditional healing practices for centuries. They're packed with compounds that modern science is finally catching up with. Nutrients that not only nourish your body, but also help strengthen your immune system, reduce inflammation, and create an environment where cancer cells simply can't thrive. In this video, we're going to take a slow, thoughtful look at 6 seeds that cancer hates, and how you, yes you, can begin adding them to your diet every day. Whether you're 60 or 80, it's never too late to start nourishing your body in the way it truly deserves. I'll walk with you through each seed, share how it works, and show you simple, practical ways to enjoy it. So go ahead, settle in. Make yourself a warm drink. Let's start with one of the most surprising heroes in your spice rack, flax seeds. Now, if you're not already familiar with flax seeds, they look like tiny, flat, golden or brown oval seeds. They don't look like much, but inside, there's a powerhouse of nutrients. What makes flax seeds so special, especially when it comes to cancer, is a natural compound called lignans. Lignans are plant-based substances that behave a little like estrogen in the body, but with a twist. You see, they don't mimic estrogen in a way that causes problems. Instead, they help block the stronger, potentially harmful forms of estrogen that can contribute to hormone-related cancers, especially breast and prostate cancer. There's more. Flax seeds are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a type of plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that helps reduce inflammation. And inflammation is a key player in many chronic diseases, including cancer. When your body is inflamed for too long, your cells become more vulnerable to damage. And damaged cells are where cancer often begins. But you're probably wondering, how do I actually use flax seeds? Well, the key is to grind them whole. Flax seeds often pass through your digestive system without releasing their full power. So, take a spoonful of ground flax seeds and stir it into your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Sprinkle it on soup or mix it into a smoothie. Even just 1 tablespoon a day can make a real difference. One of my favorite suggestions, especially for those of us who like keeping things simple, is to prepare a small jar at the beginning of the week with freshly ground flax seeds. Keep it in the fridge and add a spoonful to 1 meal each day. It's easy, quick, and you'll hardly notice the taste. What you will notice, over time, is a gentler digestion, a more balanced mood, and a quiet sense of confidence that you're doing something good for your health. Now, let's shift our focus to another humble seed that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Pumpkin seeds. If you've ever carved a pumpkin in the fall, you've seen them. The slippery little seeds tucked inside the pulp. Most people toss them out without a second thought. But I'd like to invite you to see pumpkin seeds in a whole new light, not as waste, but as medicine. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, and that's a mineral your immune system absolutely depends on. Zinc helps your body create and activate the cells that hunt down and destroy abnormal cells, including the ones that might turn cancerous. But zinc isn't the only gift pumpkin seeds bring. They also contain compounds that have been shown to suppress tumor growth and improve overall hormone balance, which is especially important as we age. One fascinating thing about pumpkin seeds is that they support the health of the prostate in men and the bladder in both men and women. This is important because the longer we live, the more attention we need to pay to how our organs age and how we can keep them functioning smoothly. A healthy prostate, a healthy bladder, they're not just about comfort. They're also about reducing cancer risks in some very real ways. So how can you eat pumpkin seeds? You can roast them lightly in the oven with a touch of olive oil and sea salt. It makes for a crunchy snack that's miles better than potato chips. You can toss them on top of salads, blend them into sauces, or even add them to homemade granola. The key is consistency. A small handful each day is all it takes. You might be thinking, well, that all sounds great, but I have dentures, or my teeth aren't what they used to be. That's okay. You can soak pumpkin seeds overnight to soften them, or even grind them into a powder and stir into soups or soft foods. The point isn't perfection. It's making small changes that feel doable and enjoyable. Let's keep going. Our next seed is one you might already have in your cupboard, especially if you enjoy baking: sesame seeds. Tiny, nutty, and often sprinkled on buns or in stir-fries, sesame seeds are another natural warrior against cancer. They contain something called sesamin, a lignan like the one in flaxseed, which has shown promise in reducing the risk of breast, colon, and even lung cancers. They also contain antioxidants that protect your cells from damage, which is a crucial part of keeping your body resilient as you age. But sesame seeds bring something else to the table too: calcium. As we get older, maintaining strong bones becomes more and more important. And while most people think of dairy as the go-to source, for calcium, sesame seeds actually contain a surprising amount. They help keep bones dense and joints moving more comfortably, which means more independence and less risk of falls, something every senior thinks about, even if we don't say it out loud. And then there's magnesium, another mineral packed into sesame seeds. It helps regulate blood pressure, supports nerve function, and keeps your heart beating steadily. All that in a seed so small you can fit dozens on the tip of your finger. So how can you bring sesame into your meals? One easy way is to use tahini, that smooth, creamy paste made from ground sesame seeds. It's delicious in salad dressings, sauces, or even spread on toast. You can also toast sesame seeds lightly in a pan until they're fragrant and golden, then sprinkle them over rice, vegetables, or soup. It's a small touch that adds both flavor and health benefits. And if you enjoy Asian or Middle Eastern cuisine, you're in luck. Many traditional dishes already use sesame in ways that are easy to incorporate. Think of sesame oil drizzled over steamed greens, or a sprinkle of seeds on top of cucumber salad. Simple, delicious, and deeply nourishing. Now, I know this might be a lot to take in all at once: flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, but don't feel like you need to change everything overnight. Pick one. Try it out. Let your body adjust. Then, when it feels natural, add another. It's about building habits that feel good and stick. When we nourish our bodies with these natural gifts, we're not just preventing illness, we're actively choosing vitality. And at this stage in life, every choice we make has the power to uplift us or weigh us down. Seeds may be small, but their impact, that's enormous. Let's take a breath here. Let what we've learned so far sink in. You've already met 3 powerful allies in your kitchen, and there are still more to discover, each with its own unique story and strength. When you're ready, we'll keep going. Because your health journey isn't about rushing, it's about honoring where you are and gently moving forward, one choice at a time. So now that we've started to uncover the quiet strength behind flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on something. You see, what we're really doing here isn't just about food, it's about reclaiming a little more control, a little more peace of mind, and a little more joy in a world that sometimes feels uncertain, especially when it comes to our health. And I want to remind you, this is not about perfection. You don't need to turn your kitchen into a health food lab. It's about taking small, delicious steps that help your body do what it was made to do: heal, protect, and thrive. With that in mind, let's explore the fourth seed that deserves a place in your daily life. And this one might surprise you. It's sunflower seeds. Now, when you think of sunflower seeds, you might picture kids at a baseball game cracking them open one by one. Or maybe you remember seeing them in bird feed. But sunflower seeds are more than just a casual snack or something for the birds. They are packed with powerful nutrients that actively support your immune system and may reduce cancer risk in meaningful ways. These tiny kernels are rich in vitamin E, and not just a little, but enough to make a real impact. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps protect your cells from free radical damage. Free radicals are unstable molecules that damage cells and play a significant role in the development of cancer. The more antioxidants you have in your system, the better your body can defend itself. Think of it as building a protective shield around your cells. But that's not all. Sunflower seeds also contain selenium, a trace mineral that plays a key role in DNA repair and reducing oxidative stress, which are both critical in preventing abnormal cell growth. Studies have shown that low levels of selenium are associated with an increased risk of certain types of cancer, including prostate, lung, and colorectal cancers. And if you're someone who has trouble keeping your blood sugar steady, sunflower seeds might be a helpful ally for you too. They contain healthy fats and fiber that slow digestion, helping to prevent the kind of spikes and crashes that leave you feeling tired or foggy-headed. Now, let's talk about how to enjoy them. You can sprinkle sunflower seeds on your salad, stir them into yogurt, or mix them into your morning porridge. They add a pleasant crunch and a gentle nutty flavor. If your teeth are sensitive or chewing is a concern, no problem. You can grind them into a fine meal and stir it into soups or mashed vegetables. There's no rule that says you have to eat them whole. And here's a little trick for variety. Try lightly roasting raw sunflower seeds in a pan with a pinch of salt and a touch of turmeric. Not only do you get that irresistible toasted flavor, but turmeric itself has powerful anti-cancer properties. It's a win-win. Now that sunflower seeds have taken their well-deserved spot in our lineup, let's keep going, because the fifth seed might just be the one your body has been craving without you even knowing it. Let's talk about chia seeds. Chia seeds have become more popular in recent years, and it's no wonder why. These tiny black or white seeds, about the size of a poppy seed, are little powerhouses of nutrition. They come from a plant native to Central America, and ancient civilizations once prized them for strength and stamina. But what makes them such a valuable part of your cancer-fighting toolkit is their incredible nutrient density. First, chia seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, just like flax seeds, and this is crucial. Omega-3s are well known for their anti-inflammatory effects, and as we've mentioned, chronic inflammation creates a breeding ground for all sorts of illnesses, including cancer. By lowering inflammation, chia seeds help create an internal environment that discourages cancer cell growth. They're also packed with fiber. In fact, gram for gram, chia seeds contain more fiber than most other foods. And why does that matter? Because fiber helps move waste through your digestive system efficiently. It keeps your colon healthy and clean, reducing your risk of colorectal cancer. Not to mention, fiber helps stabilize blood sugar levels, keeps you feeling full longer, and supports gut health. And as we're learning more and more, your gut health is deeply connected to your immune system. Chia seeds are also high in plant-based protein, calcium, magnesium, and antioxidants. They hydrate your body from the inside out too. When soaked in water or milk, chia seeds form a gel-like coating that's incredibly soothing to the digestive tract. If you've ever had issues with bloating, sluggish digestion, or constipation, adding chia seeds can help things move along gently and effectively. Now, you might be wondering how to actually use chia seeds. One of the easiest ways is to make chia pudding. Just mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with half a cup of your favorite milk, almond, oat, cow's milk, whatever you like. Stir it well and let it sit in the fridge for a few hours or overnight. By morning, you'll have a delicious, creamy pudding that you can top with fruit, nuts, or a little cinnamon. You can also sprinkle chia seeds into smoothies, mix them into baked goods, or stir them into oatmeal. If you're drinking juice or water, you can even stir in a spoonful of chia seeds and let them expand. It's an easy and refreshing way to stay hydrated and nourished at the same time. I've had many seniors tell me they were skeptical at first. These little things, what are they really going to do? But after a few weeks, they start noticing small changes. Less bloating, better energy, even clearer skin. And that's because when your body gets the kind of gentle, whole nourishment it needs, it begins to respond in subtle but powerful ways. And now we come to our sixth and final seed, one that's often used in spicy foods, teas, and traditional medicine. And that's fennel seeds. Fennel seeds have a distinct, slightly sweet, licorice-like flavor. You may have tasted them after a meal in Indian restaurants. They're often chewed to aid digestion, but fennel seeds do much more than freshen your breath. They contain compounds such as anethole, which studies have shown can help suppress the growth of cancer cells and even induce apoptosis, which is a fancy word for cell death, especially in abnormal or harmful cells. These seeds are also packed with flavonoids and antioxidants that protect your cells from oxidative stress. What's more, fennel seeds have anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, supporting not just your cancer defenses, but also your overall immune function. That's especially important as we get older. Our immune systems naturally become a bit less efficient, but the right nutrition can keep it sharp and responsive. And for women over 60, fennel seeds offer a special bonus. They have gentle phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that can help balance hormones, ease menopausal symptoms, and support breast and bone health. For men, they may support prostate health and digestive function. That's quite a resume for a seed that often gets overlooked. So how can you start using fennel seeds? One lovely way is to brew them as a tea. Just add a teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds to hot water, let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, and sip slowly after a meal. It's soothing, comforting, and deeply healing. You can also toast fennel seeds lightly and chew a small pinch after meals to aid digestion and freshen breath. Some people like to add fennel seeds to homemade soups, breads, or spice blends. The flavor is gentle and warming, and it pairs beautifully with root vegetables, beans, and lentils. It's a small act, but imagine this. Every time you take a moment to brew fennel tea, you're not just helping your digestion, you're also sending your body a message. I care about you. I want you to heal. I want you to thrive. By now, you've been introduced to 6 simple, everyday seeds: flaxseed, pumpkin seed, sesame seed, sunflower seed, chia seed, and fennel seed. Each one offers a different path to better health, more energy, and stronger protection against cancer. But beyond the science and nutrients, there's something even more important happening here. You are reconnecting with your body. You are choosing nourishment. And you are proving every single day that age is not a barrier to health. It's a reason to cherish it more deeply. You've made it this far, and I hope you're feeling not just informed, but empowered. Because health isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about feeling well enough to enjoy your life, to laugh, to move, to be with those you love, to pursue whatever lights you up inside. And it all begins with a seed. By now, maybe you're thinking, this all sounds good, but can something as small as a seed really make that big of a difference? And I get it. When we're older, we've lived through fads, trends, quick fix diets, and empty promises. It's natural to feel a little skeptical. But sometimes, the most powerful answers in life are the simplest ones, and they've been around all along. Here's the truth. Healing doesn't always come with flashing lights or dramatic changes. More often, it happens quietly, deep inside your cells, one nourishing bite at a time. And these seeds, tiny, unassuming, often ignored, are like nature's medicine cabinet. They don't just sit in your stomach, they go to work. Let's look a little closer at what that actually means inside your body. Take chia seeds, for example. When you eat them regularly, You're not just feeding your hunger, you're activating complex systems, your gut, your immune response, your hormone balance. The soluble fiber swells gently in your digestive tract, forming a kind of gel that helps move waste smoothly out of your system. That alone is incredibly powerful. Why? Because when waste lingers in your colon, it can create an environment where toxins and carcinogens hang around too long. By keeping things moving, chia seeds support one of the most important cancer defenses you have, your body's natural detox pathways. Or think about flax seeds. Inside that tiny brown shell is a group of compounds called lignans, and lignans are special. They're phytoestrogens, meaning they behave in a way that supports hormone balance, especially in women. And hormone imbalance is at the root of several types of cancer, especially breast and prostate cancer. What's remarkable is that flax doesn't overwhelm your system like synthetic hormones or drugs might. Instead, it works gently, offering balance. And when you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, balance is exactly what the body craves. And it's not just about what these seeds remove, like inflammation or toxins. It's also about what they provide. Magnesium, for instance, is a quiet hero in many of these seeds. Sunflower, pumpkin, sesame. Magnesium helps regulate over 300 biochemical processes in your body, from muscle repair to DNA synthesis. Without enough of it, your body can't repair cellular damage efficiently. And that damage is often where abnormal cells begin. So when you add seeds to your daily routine, you're helping your body correct itself before things can go too far. Now, I want to talk to you heart to heart, because no matter how many studies I quote or how many nutrients I list, the real change happens when something inside you shifts. When you decide, truly decide, that your health is worth protecting, that your time is worth extending, that your days, your good days, are worth multiplying. Because let's face it, growing older isn't easy. The body slows down. Friends and loved ones may pass. The world moves on faster than we'd like. But here's the beauty. Your body hasn't given up on you. It's still trying, every day, every hour, every heartbeat, to protect you. The question is, will you help it? I've spoken with seniors who felt hopeless. They'd been handed diagnoses, long names, bad news, and worse, silence. No answers, just pills and appointments. And yet, when they made small, loving changes, just adding seeds to breakfast, swapping processed snacks for roasted sunflower seeds, making tea, instead of opening a soda, their bodies began to respond, not like a miracle, not overnight, but gently, steadily, and most importantly, deeply. They told me they were sleeping better. Their digestion improved. Their joint pain started to ease. Their energy returned, not all at once, but enough to walk farther, smile more, feel like themselves again. And you know what? That's the real miracle. Not flashy recoveries or perfect lab numbers, but waking up and feeling like life is still worth showing up for. And I want to talk about something else that matters here: mindset. We often talk about nutrition as though it's separate from emotions, from mental health, from spiritual peace. But it's all connected. When you choose to nourish yourself with life-giving foods, seeds included, you send a powerful message to your own heart. I am not giving up. I still matter. There's something sacred in that decision. When you brew a cup of fennel tea, or when you crush sesame seeds with your mortar and sprinkle them on vegetables, you're doing more than feeding your body. You're honoring it. You're honoring the decades it's carried you. You're saying, thank you. Let me take care of you now, and your body hears you. Now, I know some of you might be living on fixed incomes. Maybe you're wondering if this way of eating is expensive. And I want to reassure you, it's not. Most of these seeds are extremely affordable, especially when bought in bulk. A small bag of flaxseed or sunflower seeds can last you weeks, even months, when used daily in modest amounts. You don't need to buy anything fancy or organic or labeled with a celebrity's name. What you need is consistency. 1 teaspoon of flaxseed, 1 spoonful of chia, a pinch of sesame on your rice. That's it. These are not big changes, but they create big outcomes over time. And speaking of time, I want to remind you that it's never too late. Whether you're 60 or 90, your body still responds to love, care, and good food. That doesn't mean we'll all be running marathons or turning back the clock. But it does mean we can feel better, lighter, clearer, calmer. And sometimes that's more valuable than anything. And if you live with a chronic condition, or if you're taking medication, don't worry. These seeds aren't drugs. They're gentle. In fact, they often help support the body in processing medication more smoothly. Of course, always talk with your doctor if you're making big changes, especially if you're on blood thinners or other sensitive medications. But for most people, these seeds are not only safe, they're helpful. Now, here's something simple you can try starting tomorrow. Pick just 1 seed, not all 6, not yet, just 1. Maybe it's sunflower, or chia, or maybe flax. Keep it in a small jar on your kitchen counter, somewhere you can see it, and each morning add just a little to whatever you're already eating. Don't change your whole routine, just start where you are, and every week try adding another. Little by little, you'll be building something, not just better habits, but better health. And maybe, as you stir those seeds into your oatmeal or sprinkle them on your salad, you'll smile. Not just because they taste good, but because, deep down, you'll know you're doing something good for yourself. Quietly, gently, powerfully. Let's take a quiet moment now. Think about your body, this beautiful, aging, wise body that's carried you for 6, 7, maybe even 8 decades. Think about all it's been through, the strength it's shown, the illnesses it's fought, the births, the heartaches, the laughter, the meals around the table, the late nights, the early mornings. This body has done more for you than you may ever truly realize. And even now it's still trying. It's still working every single day to protect you, to keep you here, living, breathing, and maybe even thriving. And that's why I want to tell you something important, something I hope you'll remember even after this video ends. You are not powerless. You are not too old or too late or too far gone to make a change. In fact, your age gives you something incredibly special. Wisdom. You've seen enough to know what matters. You've lived long enough to recognize what's real and what's just noise. And now you have the power to choose something better for yourself. Not perfect, not extreme, just better. And better is more than enough. When we talk about fighting cancer, it can feel scary, overwhelming, like a battle we can't see or control. But the truth is, every time you eat something that nourishes your body, you are fighting back, not with fear, but with love, not with panic, but with patience. And seeds, these tiny, nutrient-packed gifts from the earth, are some of the quietest yet most powerful tools in that fight. We've talked about flax seeds and their hormone-balancing magic, chia seeds and their fiber that supports clean digestion, sunflower seeds rich in vitamin E and selenium, pumpkin seeds that give you zinc for immunity and magnesium for calm, sesame seeds, ancient, grounding, protective, and fennel, soothing, gentle, and supportive to your gut. You don't need to remember all the science behind them. Just remember how they make you feel, nourished, grounded, empowered, and more than anything, hopeful, because hope is not something you find outside of you. It's something you grow quietly with every decision you make that honors your body, even when no one's watching, even when you don't see results right away. Hope is knowing that what you're doing today is building something better for tomorrow. I want to share a quick story with you, one that still moves me every time I think of it. A woman in her 70s reached out to me after watching one of my videos. She said she'd been tired, not just physically, but emotionally. Her energy was low, her digestion was a mess, and she felt like her health was slipping out of her hands. Her doctors didn't give her any major diagnosis, just the usual. It's aging, it's normal, take it easy. But she didn't want to just take it easy. She wanted to feel alive again, so she started small. 1 teaspoon of flaxseed in her yogurt, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds in her soup, a pinch of sesame over steamed greens. And then something happened. Her bowel movements became regular. Her sleep deepened. The bloating disappeared. She had more energy in the afternoon. She started walking again, just around the block. Nothing dramatic, but she told me something I'll never forget. She said, "I feel like I came back to life." It wasn't the seeds alone. It was the decision, the commitment, the belief that her body was still worth showing up for. And yours is too. So here's my gentle challenge to you. Pick one habit from this video, just one. Maybe it's keeping a jar of flaxseed by the stove. Or maybe it's buying a small packet of fennel to chew after meals. Whatever it is, start small. Start today. And trust that small things, done with love, add up. And as you make those changes, listen to your body. Not like an enemy to fix, but like a friend who's been trying to talk to you for years. When your energy lifts, when your digestion settles, when your mood shifts, pay attention. That's your body saying, "Thank you." Before we close, I want to leave you with one last thought. Something I believe with my whole heart. You are still here. And that means your story is not over. You have more to do, more to enjoy, more to give, and more to receive. And if the simple act of adding a few seeds to your meals helps you stay stronger, clearer, and more vibrant, even just a little, then isn't it worth it? I believe in you. I believe in the healing power of simple, natural foods. And I believe that every single one of us, no matter our age or background, deserves to feel good in our own skin, to feel connected to life, to feel hope. If this video spoke to you, I would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments, your stories, your questions, your favorite way to enjoy seeds. Let's build a little community here, one that supports and encourages each other, because that's what we need more of. Not just information, but connection. And if you found this helpful, please like the video. It helps others find it, and it tells me that this kind of content matters. And if you want more videos about natural healing, aging with strength, and living fully after 60, make sure to subscribe. There's so much more we can explore together. Until next time, take care of yourself, eat with love, move with intention, rest when you need to, and never forget, your best days may still be ahead. Here's to living your fullest life, one nourishing bite at a time.